How did you get to be here?
What was the moment?
Hello, I'm Jonathan Ross and I'm standing outside the Harold Pinter Theatre here in the heart of London's West End, where currently they're putting on a production of Stephen Sondheim's Merrily We Roll Along. Now, I saw this production a few weeks ago when it was on at the Chocolate Factory and it blew me away. I was knocked out by it and I'm pleased to see that all the critics agree with me. It's received more 5-star reviews than any other musical in the history of West End theatre. I am evangelical about this production and I want to make sure you and as many other people get to see it in its limited 10-week run before it moves off to New York or who knows where else. So come inside, let's meet some of the people responsible.
How did you get to be
Maria, congratulations on Merrily We Roll Along. What are the standout moments for you? What are the best songs? What are the moments where you know the audience really, the hairs on the back of their necks go up?
Well, one of the greatest songs ever written, I think, is Not a Day Goes By. I think Charley Simon covered it, and also Good Thing Going, which Frank Sinatra covered. It's a great jazz score. It's fantastic orchestrations by Jonathan Tunick, and then we've got Merrily We Roll Along and The Blob, which is this kind of really eccentric, wonderful piece.
I love that. That's such a kind of, you know, it's a really kind of nice moment in the middle of it where you relax and you see something which is just pure fun, pure pleasure.
Pure fun.
Meet the Blob, the bodies you read about, the ones who know everyone, that everyone knows.
Hi, dreadful fabulous!
It's kind of unusual, I thought, though, having something where you start as the old version of the character and then work your way backwards. As an actor, is that more of a challenge? Is it more fun?
It's much more of a challenge, but it's a really exciting challenge to kind of fool the audience into thinking you're one kind of a man, and then you pull back the layers and reveal another one. The joy of the story going backwards means that you ask an awful lot of uncomfortable questions depending on what age you're at, but by the end you've answered them because you've travelled back with Frank and discovered what it was that made him an optimistic young man way back when.
It's our heads on the block. Give us room and start the clock. Our dream coming true. Me and you, pal, me and you.
This show's about the disintegration of a friendship of 3 players, Frank, Mary and Charley, who started out when they were in their early 20s and ended up in their 30s, and everything's changed. Their ideals have been sacrificed, they've compromised, and I think that's what this show means to me, and what I get more out of it is the universal aspect of compromise.
Friends fade or they don't make it. The great new ones are quick, clean, made, perfect as long as they're new. Got us old friends, wants to discuss old friends. Here's to us.
I guess the first show that I really connected with, because it's about, a lot of the show is about being young and youthful and optimistic, was Merrily We Roll Along. Good Thing Going, I used to sing for auditions when I was about 18.
Wow.
So I don't sing those songs, but they're beautiful. I mean, you know, Sondheim's lyrics, no one writes them better.
But he's famous for writing kind of difficult songs to master. I mean, you know, lyrically very complex and also, you know, tonally very difficult as well. And there were some moments in this, I mean, there's a scene, what's the number when there's the 3 of you singing in different locations? I think the guys are writing a song and you're working at a number of jobs and there's a typewriter coming in. That's a tricky number. What's that one called?
It's called Opening Doors, and it kind of harkens back to a time when they were all free, youthful, excited writers embarking on their careers. So you have Mary, who was a novelist, writing and writing for magazines and smoking and chatting on the phone.
I called a producer.
I sent off the one
I
act.
started the story.
He said to come see him.
I dropped out of college.
I met this musician.
I'm playing a nightclub.
They're doing my one act.
Working for Red Bull.
I rewrote the ballad.
I finished the story.
We started rehearsals.
I threw out the story and then the musician. I'm moving to popular science. We're opening doors.
I think the wonderful thing about the show is that you can relate to every single one of the characters. Their worries are the worries that you and I may have about loyalty and friendship and ambition and what you're doing with your life and how you can suddenly go down a wrong path but actually be able to turn back again and maybe try again. I think it's full of hope and optimism.
Everybody merrily, merrily, sing 'em your song.